This pitcher might sign with an MLB team for $500 million this offseason. This is Roki Sasaki. He just turned 23 years old on November 3rd, and he is one of the most impressive Japanese pitchers we have ever seen. The hype has been built up on him since he was 19 years old, and it's only a matter of time until he makes it into the major leagues. The big thing that's tying him down is the posting system in the MPB. His team has the right to not release him until he's 25 years old, and so far he hasn't been allowed into the major leagues, and we may not be able to see him for 2 more years, but hopefully this offseason he's able to make the transition. He's a starting pitcher that's thrown up to 105 miles per hour, and he's one of the best pitchers to come out of Japan since Shohei Ohtani. The hype is big around him, and especially after watching the Dodgers succeed after signing Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the price tag is only going up for Sasaki. It is possible that he might sign for up to $500 million this year if he can come into the league. It's pretty impressive stuff, and today we're going to break down his mechanics and what allows him to throw so well. For starters, he's 6'4", 200 pounds. His big claim to fame is how he threw a 19 strikeout perfect game and then went 8 2/3 innings the next game in a no-hit ball. So he made history at like 19 years old. So this is him this year in the MPB. This is a slide step. You'll notice the first move, he just sits deep into his legs. So he sits down. He's got the traditional reverse bicycle kick leg lift where he sticks it up towards his hamstring and then kicks it out. So he's sitting super deep here. This is a fastball. Now this is probably one of the most unique things he does with his delivery. It's almost like to keep his lower half back, he starts to kick this leg out. Now, there's a lot of people that'll do this, and it's usually because they have an internal rotation hip bias. But with him, his back hip holds that good vertical shin, and then this front leg is an internal. So he has 2 different types of hip structures. One is an internal, and one is an external. And he leverages that to the best of his ability with his delivery. So watch how far he is basically pointing his front leg at a crazy angle here. I mean, he's almost making a right angle the opposite direction with his leg. That's how much internal rotation he's able to create with his front hip. So he uses that as a mechanism to hold that back leg in place, and then watch how it just snaps through. So that being held like that, it's almost kind of like Chase Petty where he can do a split in midair. He just does it a little bit different. So he's got some crazy hold to that back hip right there, because he's doing that internal rotation move. It's something that may be interesting to try for pitchers. Not necessarily everybody, but some. At big distance